What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning back in to TalkShow²², Take 3. I know it's been a while. Had to take care of some, schoolwork and then finish up the basketball season. So it's good to be back. I'm back in Wisconsin. I got my buddy on here. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? My name's Ian Brown. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Madison, just like Nate. I run my own Instagram page, 608 Sneaks. It's a sneaker business. Everything from buying, selling, trading, to what we're going to get into, to hosting some sneaker events as well.
Appreciate you for coming on, man. All right, so you went to Madison Memorial?
Yep. Went to born and raised Madison, Wisconsin. Lived here my whole life. Went to Madison Memorial High School.
Okay. And you were a hooper there. You've been playing. When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing, honestly, probably like kindergarten, first grade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basketball always been a passion of mine. Right. Basketball also kind of, started paving my way into the sneaker game too, because they kind of go, along with each other. But been hooping, my whole life, still hoop to this day.
Yeah, I remember the first time we met was at PDP, working out, getting that work in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jerron was in there?
Yeah,
Jerron was in there talking that shit.
Yeah, he does do that. All right, so you stopped playing basketball, but now you're heavily into selling shoes. You're good at, marketing yourself.
Yeah.
Talk about that, kind of how you strategize that and how it kind of started, just how it all started.
So, for sure. So, I started getting into sneakers, and I'd say probably 6th grade I started really getting into shoes. Mm-hmm. It's funny, I always tell people, first pair of shoes I ever bought, is 6th grade. I have no money. So I forget the website, but it was like some fake-ass Chinese website, and I bought like some Jordan 3 black cements for like $40. And I knew they were fake. But at the time,
they were sick.
They were so sick.
No, the first pair of Jordans I bought too, I got scammed. They didn't send them, so nice. Anyway, sorry.
But so basically, what I'm trying to say is, I literally started from the ground up. 6th grade, I didn't have the money, so I started buying a few fake pairs. Then I think I got, the first real, nice pair of shoes I got was the LeBron 9 Swingmans. I remember those exactly. They're turquoise, navy-ish. Yeah. With some crimson red laces. Yeah. And then from there it's just taken off. So 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, I'm slowly building up my collection,
Were you selling on eBay too? Were you selling shoes or just collecting?
It was both. I was selling shoes with only the purpose of funding my own collection. Okay. So whether it's eBay, a few kids locally I knew, or I'd go to, Sneaker Con, MSX. I'd go to these events to try to, literally, if I had $100, it was going towards shoes. Like, all my money was going straight to shoes. You know how it is. Yeah. So did going to Sneaker Con, MSX, did that influence you to want to own your own? Because obviously you have your own sneaker show, the 608 Sneaker Show. Did that kind of stem from you kind of wanted to be in charge and just kind of run it all? Obviously out of a love and passion for sneakers, but talk about that a little bit. Yeah, so the first sneaker event I ever went to was Sneaker Con Chicago in 7th grade. Mm-hmm. At that time, obviously, I had no idea that years later I'd be doing my own thing.
Right.
But that was the first time, like I said, I got into shoes in 6th grade, but it wasn't until that first event I went to when I got to do face-to-face interactions in a room full of people that all have the same passion.
Communication skills right there. Yeah.
And it kind of just it just boosted the drive, man. Just going to that first event really changed everything for me. That Sneaker Con Chicago was probably 2013, 2014-ish. Yeah. So, I would try to hit any Sneaker Con, definitely local, Chicago.
Near
Chicago
us.
I would go to.
Yeah.
Then I started going to those MSX events.
Those were the first one. That's the only sneaker show I've been to besides yours.
Yeah.
I like MSX. It's cool.
As far as did those build, the idea for me to run my own? Yeah, they did. But it really just, built the passion for me to continue doing it. And a time came where, I started to realize how many people in Madison,
love shoes.
Because I had been, like I said, I had been selling shoes all throughout middle school,
Right.
you know, and then once in high school,
Yeah.
I think it was junior year. About
You were getting shoes
January,
in every day.
January of junior year, I really started to
Come on the scene.
ramp up business. I was probably selling 50 to 100 pairs a week, I'd say.
I bought all my Jordans from
this
you.
dude, this was one of my best
up.
clients. This is one of my best clients.
And I was just buying them because they, you know, you had great prices because some of them were new, some of them were used. So you could get a retro. Well, I'd probably get like a retro 10 for like literally $60 in good condition.
Literally.
Yeah.
You know, so once I started to see all the people in Madison, you know, the Dane County area, and even Wisconsin, because like I was shipping shoes. Honestly, I was shipping shoes all across the country. So when I started to see that there was such a big community here for it, it's kind of when, you know,
it took off.
That thought process in my head is like, oh man, like I could do this. This can happen. Like it wasn't like a day one thing.
Yeah.
Going into it, like if it was just my junior year in high school and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do this. You know, I don't think it would have worked. It took, you know.
Yeah, it was a result.
1 to 2 years of me building up my page and the
skills.
Sneaker community of people and the marketing and all the Instagram techniques.
What is so obviously you make most of your sales on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
What percentage do you think? All of it?
Yeah. So once I kind of went from, you know, the eBays of the like I was doing eBay and maybe some GOAT and stuff like that. Once I took my business to Instagram, it's been 100% Instagram. It's a super great way to, you know, build a community of followers.
Yeah.
It's really organic. You're getting a lot of people from the area.
Yep.
Because when I sell a pair of shoes and they repost it and they tag me, 4 of their friends see my page now and they're gonna want shoes and they're gonna follow me and it builds on itself. So I've had a community on Instagram build.
Still building.
Still building. You know, just because kind of the way I've used the Instagram. Yeah. You know, use the techniques on Instagram.
Talk about your techniques, like we were getting into earlier. So you get the shoe in, take a picture of it, tell them about your technique.
Yeah. So like as far as selling goes, I try to you know get product in and out as fast as possible. So I'd much rather get a pair of shoes for $75 and sell it for $100 in the same day or whatever the case may be. I'd rather do that quick flip than
wait.
Some of the resellers, which is good too, some of the resellers are, you know, they're getting a pair and they're sitting on it for 2 months and trying to get that big home run profit. Where me, I've found that steady, solid profits, you know, I can get in multiple pairs a day, sell them all in the same day or the next day. That's what I found, you know, to be
I think
the best.
Like the product you get in is really like, because I'm not saying like you don't get all the hype stuff. You get the stuff that you know people will buy. Yeah. Like I said, like a used retro or a cheaper retro. That just I bet those really sell well for you.
Yeah, like you said, I'm getting in a lot of used shoes, and no one has a problem, you know, today buying used shoes. I buy most of my shoes used because it's a great way to save money. Yep. And I've realized that, especially, you know, selling locally. That when someone, you know, they've worn their pair a few times, 3-4 times, and they're sick of them or they want to get something else, quick, you know, come sell them to me, and then, you know, I'll find a new home for them. I've kind of become that middleman for the cheaper, affordable pairs. You know, like awesome. I'll have the occasional off-white Travis Scott 100%. Stuff. I'll have some hype stuff on there. 100%. But I found that the price range between that like 50 to 200 is where people are really gonna want to spend their money.
So you sell the shoes. Are you getting into like selling clothing at all?
I've not fully got my way into selling clothing.
Yeah.
Like I've had some Supreme items come through. I've had some Bape. I don't know the market as well for it. Right. It's something I look to get into in the future. Yeah. Definitely. But I haven't had a ton of experience with the clothing.
Who's your GOAT?
Who's my GOAT? You know, being a 2000 baby, I got to go with Bron just because, I mean, we're going off the fact that this dude's been dominating the league for 17 years. I get that Jordan did what he did, and he dominated for a while. He's 6 for 6 in the finals, and that's insane. Crazy. So he's got Bron beat there, but just the fact that this dude's in the MVP conversation.
Bron is like our Jordan, though. You know what I mean?
Bron is our Jordan.
But that's the thing. They compare Bron to Jordan, so how is Jordan not the GOAT? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then you got to go before that, and there's Magic. There's just it's for me. It's hard to compare
because
you don't see them. Like I could easily tell you, I think LeBron's better than KD because I've seen them on the court together and go at it. Now KD's amazing. I think LeBron's better, but they're from the same era, and I could tell you with a straight face that KD or that LeBron is better than KD. It's harder for me to do that with Jordan because we didn't see them share the court. But. Yeah.
What are you majoring in?
Business. I'm majoring in business and marketing. So. Yeah.
What are your future? What are your goals? What is your goal or your dream?
A goal of mine. I don't know if I have a goal set. I definitely want to continue to expand the brand. I want to keep bringing out sneaker shows. I'm gonna try to get 3 a year going.
What's the next one? What's the date on the next one?
The next one's June 6th. It's going to be at 301 Cottage Grove Road. If you were at the last one, it's the same place as the last one. Okay. We had a great turnout at the last one. Amazing.
Even the first one was sick, dude.
Yeah, the first one was at a pretty small spot. I think we had about 24 tables in there, and it was you were there. It was packed.
It was sick.
It was small.
It was a pretty good setup though, because you had the stage, you had the DJ on the stage.
It was for a first time event. It was about the perfect size.
It was a success. Yeah.
And then you saw from the first one to the second one that that bigger space was needed. Like it was twice the size. Honestly, it was closer to 3 times.
How many total people were at the first one? Did you count or?
So. Total people throughout the day was around 300.
And then what about
including vendors?
What about the second one?
The second one was about 550.
Really?
Including vendors.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big jump.
I got a couple steals there. I bought what I get? All-Star 1s for $110, I think.
I remember you got those.
And then I got Legend Blue 11s for $110, I think.
Yeah, I got the first show I picked up, honestly, probably my favorite pair in the collection right now. I picked up the Travis Scott ones from my boy A² sneakers.
The highs?
The highs, yeah. I love them.
Do you have the lows?
I don't have the lows.
You gotta get the lows.
I like the lows. I know you're a low guy.
Dude, those
I like
are sick.
the lows. The lows are sick.
Those are sick.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a better way to put it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? 10. Sorry, because you'll still be in college.
Yeah, 10 years from now. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I'd hope by then that honestly, I hope I'm still doing the shows. It's a great side hustle for me to do.
It'll be big by then.
It's a great side hustle for me to do the shows. I'm gonna continue to try to grow those. And then I'm not sure where I want to work, what I want to do.
Something with shoes.
Something with shoes would be
ideal.
probably preferred.